Good morning and a very warm welcome to this Masterclass number 3 from my current Masterclass series, Future Proof Your Business in 2020. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to get used to saying 2020. It felt really, really odd when I first started talking about this series of masterclasses, where I had 2020 in the title. It's getting excited for 2020. It's going to be a really interesting year in so many different ways. So, I have just been going through the content for today, and I've delivered this content before to a different audience, and I actually forgot how flipping brilliant this content is. So I'm really excited to bring this masterclass to you. It's about the 3 pathways to consistent months of 5K and beyond, because 5K is this nice juicy target that lots of us have. It's the reason why I put it into the kind of my bio is because I know that when I was working really hard in my business, 5K was like this stake in the ground. Hi, Kelsey, love to see you. But 5K was this stake in the ground that I had. Once I got to 5K, I knew that I could leverage my business. But actually getting to 5K can feel really quite difficult. And today I'm going to break through all of that and share with you exactly how you can get to 5K without getting consumed with all the shoulds and all the shiny objects that are available out there to us as business owners that do nothing but confuse and distract us. So I will be sharing an offer at the end of this, just to make that obviously clear. It's a very exciting offer, and it ties in really nicely with the information that I'm sharing with you today. So let's get on with this. So for those people who have signed up to the masterclasses, there was a printable. I will make that printable also available to anybody who is watching this masterclass, whether that's live or through the replay. But there is a worksheet that basically helps you understand this information completely, and for you to then map out exactly how you're going to bring this into your business. So if you have the printable, brilliant, have it open. Maybe you've got it open on your phone or another device, or maybe you've even printed it off. But it's a really, really helpful printable. So definitely worth having. So let's get into this content. Let's start by introducing myself. I know there's a lot of new people that keep joining this group, which is lovely. So let me just introduce myself. I'm Rachel Smith, Business Grower. I'm the host here in Live Your Abundant Life. I am a business coach, and I work with women who are passionate about their business and who are all in to generating consistent months of income in their business and for living life on their terms. My secret juice as a business coach is about mindset, money mindset, and getting my clients to take awesome, inspired action. So if you are new to my content, just to give you a warning, this is not a snooze fest. This is where you're going to get lots of information, lots of content that's appropriate and applicable to your business, and with actions that you will be able to take in your business. I ran 2 of these masterclasses last week, and I got inundated with messages from people, which was absolutely lovely and amazing, telling me what action they were taking as a result of these masterclasses. And even if you're not interested in the offer that I've got at the end, that's all I want for you to do, is to come here, receive this information, learn what you need to learn, and go and use it in your business. So let's get into today's masterclass, which is the 3 pathways to generating consistent months of income of up to 5K and beyond in your business. In this masterclass, you're going to learn how you can easily generate consistent months of income in your business. There's nothing worse than having no clue where the money's coming in, and going from months of high income down to months of low income, and that kind of just messes with us completely. So we are looking always to generate consistent months of income in business. I'll also be talking about the perfect time to introduce semi-passive and passive income streams into business. And believe it or not, there is a perfect time to actually bring these streams of income into your business. And I'll be sharing the 3 pathways about how you can do this and how you transition from one pathway to another. And I forgot to put this in the promo, but as I was going through the notes for today, is I will also be sharing the exact business strategies that you need to be focusing on in each pathway. And that's going to cut through all that noise, all that information that's out there, and just give you absolute crystal clarity. So why am I delivering this? I'm delivering this because I work with hundreds and hundreds of female business owners, and I understand, my client group, they are passionate about the business, they're working really hard, but in this day and age, there is a lot of noise, there's a lot of information, there's a lot of experts out there, and in particular, around the passive income stream and the passive income streams, and I'll define what I mean by that in a minute, but there's a real desire from people who have a business to have income streams that are generating money in a passive manner. And because this is, everybody wants to work smarter and not harder, everybody wants to earn money whilst they're sleeping. Obviously that does happen, but there's some work that needs to happen beforehand. So because that's a popular desire, that's what a lot of experts focus on. They tell you that you can generate these streams of income into your business at any point. And you can, but what I'm going to share with you today is actually the best time to bring them in so you absolutely nail your income. So all that effort that goes into generating and creating and launching those particular streams of income, you can actually maximize your results. So for anybody who's thinking, what is a semi and a passive income stream? This is basically something that's a group offering. So it's something that's either created in advance and your clients receive it, or it's something where there's a level of support. So it could be a group, it could be a membership, it could be a group offer, it could be group training, anything like that, where you can create it once and sell it over and over again. So that's what I mean by semi and passive income streams. And don't get me wrong, I love these income streams and have them in my business. But obviously I'm further down the road than maybe some of you are. So the challenges facing business owners today is there's information overload, lots of experts jumping on the bandwagon of passive income streams, selling you the dream before actually supporting you to get into the perfect position to take this forward. Lots of shiny objects that get us distracted, like offers of generating cash in your sleep. One of the challenges that I see, one of the frustrations that I see a lot with entrepreneurs is that because there is this information overload, because we have access to other people and other people's successes, is that sometimes there's a level of frustration of where you are in business to where you want to be, because you want to be in the other party room with the other people who are generating consistent months of income in their business. And so there's a level of frustration, and that means that often you get distracted with shiny objects because you really have this desire to grow your business and up level. But if you're not given the right tools and the right strategies, it can just be a distraction. So we're going to cut through that today. I also see people starting their memberships, their courses, their group offerings too soon, and we're going to deal with that today. Inconsistent months of income is a big challenge for lots of business owners, and with that comes then the mind bug, doesn't it? It's kind of all that mindset struggles, inferiority complex, and feeling not good enough because you've put your heart and soul into something and it's not generated the results that you wanted. So we're going to cut through all of that today. So let me know if that sounds good to you. If you're up to learning when is the perfect time to bring these different streams of income in, and about understanding what are the key strategies so that you can become so focused on where to put your time and your energy into your business to actually maximize the results, because that's what we're talking about today. So the three pathways to consistent months of 5k were originally created by myself for the members of my membership club, which is the 5k club. I have people obviously joining the membership club who are looking for support to generate consistent months of up to 5k and beyond. But obviously you come into, you know, any membership and there's, you know, lots of information, lots of training bundles, lots of things that you could do. And for me, one of my key things is about making it really easy for people to up level, making it really easy for people to understand where to put their time and focus. So I created the pathways to help people to understand about working with where you're at so that you can work towards where you want to be. And I clarified the different pathways according to your current income and to help and identify exactly which trainings, which strategies that you need to be focusing on in each pathway in order to get to the next pathway. So I hope that makes sense. If you've got the printable, it will be really clear. Again, if you haven't got that printable and you want it, just PM me, just put it down in the comments that you want the printable and I'll be really happy to send that out to you after this. So we're going to be talking about the 3 pathways to 5k. It's all about working with where you are right now, and also it's about working towards where you want to be in a kind of a well thought out approach, really. It's about identifying the exact strategies that are going to get you the results that you're looking for, and we're just going to get into it now. So pathway number 1 is when you are generating between 0 and 1k of income every month. So this is maybe somebody who's just starting out in business. So I remember when you're starting out in business, you get all this access to information, and you can suddenly think, oh my God, you know, I'm in business, I'm just going to rock like 6 figures this year. You know, don't get me wrong, some people can do that. But for most people, we get distracted with all the things that we could be doing. And what I'm going to share with you now is actually the really simple way that you can step from your current income to the next income level. So this is for people who have got an income level of kind of 0 to 1k per month. Your audience is relatively small. You're probably relatively new, and perhaps your visibility, your content creation, perhaps you've been inconsistent to date with that. So the key strategies for you to focus on in order for you to take your business into the next pathway is all about getting really clear about your business vision and your brand. So what, you know, who you are, what you're making a stand for, who is your soulmate client, what is your big vision for your business? So that is like a key strategy for you to have. So this is your North Star, this is your why, this is the reason why, you know, when things are tough, you keep on going, you find ways to overcome those challenges. The second strategy is all about your visibility. It is absolutely essential, whichever pathway you're in, but certainly when you're first starting out, you want to get yourself out there. You want to get known really quickly. You want to be consistent with your visibility. You also want to, within your visibility, be building authority. You know, if you are fairly new to the marketplace, or you've changed your niche recently, or people just don't know about you, it's about really creating content that demonstrates that you are an expert in what it is that you are all about. It's about having a freebie that allows you to get that authority out there, allows you to start to grow your audience. And then it's about working on your mindset, absolutely essential at this stage. And the one offer at this pathway that is guaranteed to give you consistent months of income is working one-to-one with your clients. At this moment in time, I'm going to encourage anybody who's at this stage is to max out your one-to-one work. The reasons why I'm saying that will become evidently clear as we move into the pathways, but to kind of give you an insight is that at this moment in time, it is much easier to sell one thing to one person because your audience is quite small, and you need a quite large audience when you are launching group offers. And you could spend a whole load of time creating a group offer, really getting it looking beautiful, and actually be missing out on months of income, which we don't want you to do. So max out your one-to-one, high ticket price, And in this way, you get to understand so much about your clients, what the struggles are, what really works for them. You start to get testimonials, your clients start getting brilliant results. And this is all information that you can build into your content and start to build that authority piece. And you will also get to know so much about yourself. You know what works for you, who you like working with, and you can start to really refine your niche and who you are and what you are all about. So that is pathway number 1. So it might shock you that I am not suggesting at that time you bring in a group offer. Let's move into pathway number 2. Yes, consistency is one of my problems, absolutely. But fortunately for you, Morgan, you are coming to my event in January where we will absolutely nail your content themes, your plans, so all of that will come together, and consistency will be something that you won't be worried about anymore because you'll have a plan, you'll have that clarity, you'll have that focus, and you'll just keep moving forward. Pathway number 2 is where your income is around the 1 to 2K a month mark, and your audience is growing. You're getting increase, you're getting to be known more, you're having an increased presence on your social media platforms across your email list. The key strategies here is you're currently generating 1 to 2K a month. This is all about up leveling now. You've learned a lot about yourself from the first pathway. This is about where you start to up level. So when you up level, it's really about digging deep into your mindset and working on your money mindset. If you don't work on these things, it is highly likely that you will kind of remain in the mud. And we don't want that for you. We want you to be up leveling. We want you to be up leveling in your energy, in your belief, in your visibility. And the kind of key strategies are mindset and money, definitely content, really leveling that content, and growing and nurturing your audience. At this point, it's all about establishing relationships with your growing audience. So that's on your email list, that's on your social media platforms, could be in your free group. And it's also about creating, drum roll, your group offer. So this is the perfect time to create your very first group offer as you are getting known, as your audience is growing, as those relationships are strengthening. So this is the perfect time to create your group offering. And with that, 2 of the other strategies that you absolutely need to be focusing on is launching and selling. So right now your offer in pathway 2 is your group offer, and of course still offering your one-to-one. So let me know if this is resonating or if you've got any questions about it. Pathway number 3 is where your current income is where you are generating 2 to 3K a month consistently. And this is brilliant. You have learned so much. You've learned so much from pathway 1, learned so much about pathway 2. And your key strategies here is your mindset and your money, really nurturing your audience now. You really want to be able to grow your audience both organically and through Facebook ads. Collaboration here with other people who've got similar industry to you, got same client group as you. Collaboration here is amazing. Anything that gets your visibility out there, gets people to know, like, and trust you further. Group offers is definitely one of the key strategies. Launching and selling. If you have already started launching and selling group offers, you would have learned so much. It's like, right, what else do you need to learn from those launches that really help you to finesse your launching, finesse your selling? And in terms of your offer for this time, when you're in pathway 3, it is about your group offer, membership, and your one-to-one. And when you have those things in place, this is when you can skyrocket your results. And this is about how you build, these 3 pathways is about how you build a sustainable business where you are learning and growing. It's not about giving you a magic wand. It's not about saying, oh, listen to me and I'll get you to 6-figure in 6 weeks. This is about saying that there is an approach where you can have that focus, you can grow within yourself, you can become the CEO of of a business that generates consistent months of income, and you can do that in a really natural way. These pathways, they can take 3 months, they could take 6 months. There's no prescribed time to it. It's just saying that in the early days, really focus on maxing out your one-to-ones, but recognizing that there's time in pathways 2 and 3 for bringing in your group offers and bringing in your membership. So has anybody got any questions about that? And as I said, there is a really handy printable that goes along with this. If you haven't got it and you want it, let me know in the comments below, even if you're watching the replay, and I'll happily PM that across to you. There's sections within that that help you map out your ideas for all of the strategies as well that I have shared with you. And who needs to apply this to their business? Who's been trying to run before they can walk? Who's been trying to get like a group offer out there when you haven't actually been maxing out your one-to-one? And it's one of the biggest things that I see people getting distracted with. They buy into that anybody can have a passive income stream. They want that for themselves, but they bring it into the business too early. And whilst they're working really hard behind the scenes to do everything you need to do for a group offer, their income absolutely slides. But with that, there is a detrimental effect on people's mindset as well, which we don't want, do we? Okay, so any questions, let me know. Whilst I just share with you details of the big 2020 planning day that I'm holding in York on Thursday, the 30th of January. And this is a complete day where you get to work on your business. And it's about really asking yourself right now, if you aren't already planning for 2020, if you haven't already taken some time out or worked with somebody on your plans for 2020, are you looking in 2020 to have the same year that you've just experienced? Or are you looking for a different year? You're looking for a year where you are up leveling? Are you looking for a year where you get to work with more clients to earn more money? Are you looking to grow in yourself, to become like that newer version of yourself who has greater belief, greater confidence in yourself as a business owner? And in order for you to experience that shift that I've just described, something has to change within you. Something has to change within how you do business. And that's why I love running these events where people have the opportunity to come in, to put their to-do lists to one side and just focus on their business, their plan for 2020. I have tried it all sorts of different ways. I've tried winging it, having no plan and just winging it. That's loads of fun, but it's exhausting. It doesn't always work. And you actually miss out on money opportunities when you're winging it. So I don't want that for any of you. I don't want you to be sat in your business without clarity and focus about what you're bringing to the marketplace and how and when in 2020. So if you want to spend the day with me in York working on your business, this is a really brilliant opportunity. And the things that you will walk away with is that you will walk away with your big 2020 vision, where you've got all your offers, all your prices mapped out, so you know exactly what you're taking to the marketplace and when. You will also have your content themes for every month mapped out, which is amazing. So there's no more sitting there and thinking, well, what content shall I actually create? You will have that clarity. You will know exactly what content you are creating. Therefore, you can be more visible. You can work with more clients. You can nurture your audience. You can build those relationships that are absolutely essential in our businesses. And it's also about identifying when you're launching and making sure that you're not hitting any like holiday times, or when Black Friday, going out to the marketplace with a high-end offer when it's Black Friday and everybody just wants a cheap deal. So it's really about maximizing out the entire calendar of 2020. So if you want that level of clarity in your business, and if you're sick of winging it in your business, if you think, oh my God, 2019, I left so much money on the table, it could have been a completely different year. And you want to take out a day working on your business to allow, me to work alongside you, to support you, to coach you, We'll be working on mindset, we'll be working on money mindset, which is absolutely essential when we're leveling. And if you want to work alongside other awesome women who are all in 2020 to generate success in their business, this is the event for you. I am delighted to say that there are only 14 seats in the room, and 50% of those seats have already been booked. Okay, yes, I will do, definitely. The event is £150, and when you book before the end of December, you can split that £150 over 3 monthly payments. The event is running 9:30 to 4:30, and there's the optional opportunity afterwards for you to have drinks and dinner with us afterwards. Obviously, you'll be paying that for yourself, but we're going to a really lovely restaurant, York's inundated with lovely places to eat. Everything during the day, the 9:30 to 4:30, everything is covered, and all of your refreshments and your goodie bag will be there. So that is the event. Let me just put in the sales page for that. As I said, 50% of the seats have been booked. If you're like, okay, I've really got to get myself sorted in 2020, this is the event for you. So that's today's content. I'm going to respond to Morgan's question in a minute, just to let you know that the final masterclass from this entire series, which is the 5 key mindset strategies to bring into your business in 2020 for growth, is happening tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. So if you want a nice perky wake-up call, come and join me at 7 a.m. When I come and deliver this content. You can tell originally this was going to be at 6 p.m. on Thursday, but my children's Christmas schedule is slightly bonkers, so I'm just having to shift things around a little bit. So 7 a.m. will be concluding this really brilliant kind of series, and I've loved bringing this content to you. Right, just to go back to the my point that a group offer doesn't work at the beginning. It's not just about the income that you're generating at the time, it's also about the size of your audience. So for most people who are at the beginning of their business, who are generating between 0 and 1k a month, generally speaking, their audiences are fairly small at that point. And if that's you, that's when I'm saying, max out your one-to-one. When you are creating offers, when you are creating group offers, when you're getting into launching and selling, to really maximize your sales, you need a large group. Generally, the conversion rate is about 1%. So 1% of your audience will purchase. That is like a general rule of thumb. It's not everybody's statistic, and it might not be your own. But for most people, it's around the kind of 1%. So if you're trying to go out there to a group of people, let's say you've got 100 people, and 1%, that's one person potentially buying your group offer or potentially joining your membership. So it's about saying, so this is for me about saying, we are looking at growing your business successfully. We're looking at growing it as gracefully and easily as possible. And the easiest route, the most direct route to generating consistent months in the early stages is to max out your one-to-one. Does that clarify that for you? Let me know. And I know it's a little controversial. Lots of people will say, oh, you can be in your 9 to 5 and you can just whip up a passive and semi-passive income stream. You can, as long as you're growing your audience, as long as you have visibility, as long as you are doing that behind the scenes. So yeah, so let me know if that has clarified that for you. There's always the exception to the rule, but this is based on what I see happening in other people's businesses. Yes, brilliant. Okay, any other questions that anybody wants me to answer? And anybody who hasn't got the printable, who wants a printable, let me know, and I'll happily PM that to you. It's just a Google document. In fact, I think I should be able to share it now. Let me just see if I can get into it before brilliant. Yeah, I've got it. So okay, so here is the printable as well that I've been harping on about. There you go. So that's it for anybody who wants it. Okay, if there aren't any more questions from the live audience, I just want to thank you for being here this morning. It's amazing. I know that we're getting to the end of our working 2019 and busy time for everybody. If you can, come and join me at 7 a.m. tomorrow. I promise I won't deliver it in my pajamas. I will be up and ready to live that content with you. And yeah, let me know how you get on with this, especially when you open up the printable and you start working through it for your business. Okay, everybody, see you soon. Bye for now.